Do not participate in the illusion of separation. Give it no power. Remove it from your life. In particular, do not participate in the war of the sexes. It's manufactured. It's staged. It's all around us. The world is made up of men and women. We need each other. We are connected. We're out of balance if we have resentment towards the opposite sex or the same sex. It's not mindful. It's not loving. The world needs more love. The world needs more healers. The world needs more people to tell the real story about what we really are and why we're really here. Parental abuse, psychological torture, mass mind control. It's all around us. Now you look at the media today and how women are absolutely subjectified. And you look at how people control each other and how people suppress each other, and they say, don't step outside that box, don't say that, just come over here with us. No, you want to step away from that. You want to be who you are. But you're going to come across people that are going to be real nasty to you because you're a woman or you're a man. And they have bought into the illusion of separation. Maybe they've never met a good man. Maybe they've never met a good woman. There's a lot of pain out there. There's a lot of suffering. We don't need other people's garbage. I believe that we're all individuals, that we shouldn't be judging people as a collective. I mean, the idea of judging entire groups, entire races in other countries and bombing them back into the Stone Age, that is really demonic. But so is controlling others and getting together with our sex and talking about women in this way. It bothers me. It bothers me when I hear men talk about women a certain way, and it bothers me when women pigeonhole me into the group of men. And unfortunately, the world, it's not mindful, it's not conducive to positive energy. The world doesn't work that way. Okay? We are all independent beings. We cannot judge other people by how we see some people behave and what was done to us either when we were young or the relationships that we're going through in this world. This world's very fucked up right now. There is a organized demonic structure that runs this world government that's already been established. They just haven't told you yet, and we're just living in a world where it's just playing out. Nation against nation, man against woman, black against white. It's a paradigm. The systems of control don't want you to shatter that paradigm. This is important. If the systems of control want you constantly on edge and separating from nature, because nature is more than just the birds and the bees. Nature is man and woman. Now, we should be able to play fatherly roles, brotherly roles in this world, whether or not we're involved in a relationship with someone or not. I mean, that's absolutely possible. That's healing energy. And when we see and read about serial killers, and when we read about gold-digging women, and when we read about these things in the media, and when we give it attention, it just gives it more energy, which is what they want. Now, why should we feed the beast? We are not obligated to feed the beast. We are not obligated to serve the New World Order's agenda. We are not obligated to be any demon's hosts. And any time we engage in such negative behavior and start pointing the finger at other sexes for why we are single or why we feel what we feel, then we have opened ourselves up to the darkness, and I advocate a real revolution is showing the light that exists within you. Having unconditional love and compassion for every living creature on the earth. Now, there may be people that attack you, that say, you can't do that. You can't go beyond the boxes. You're a man. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. You're a man. You can't do that. You're over here now. You're over here. You're not a slave to the way that they're looking at the world. But you should never be afraid to speak your truth. You will not defeat the New World Order until you start to heal relationships in your lives. Illusion of separation. We got to throw it in the garbage. Because it's that illusion of separation that says you can take back your government, you can be a free society, yet still hold on to this anger inside, this anger, this rage. It's all systematic. It's all a game. It's all a game. It's not difficult to love each other. It's not difficult to share with each other. It's not difficult to be empathetic and be emotional and feel what others are feeling and to care about other people, whether you're interested in them on a romantic level or not. We're brothers and sisters. We're sisters and brothers. That's never changed. We've always been brothers and sisters. We've always been in this fight together. But if they can keep us divided, and if they can keep us thinking that it's the other sex that's the problem, then they win. I don't want to see them win. I don't like what I see them doing to people's minds. This message needs to be shared. Do not participate in the staged, managed war of the sexes. Yeah, I see your Facebook posts. I see your rage and your anger, and sometimes I've posted things myself that have offended other people. It has been hard, I will admit, moving to Dallas, Texas. Because in Dallas, Texas, there's a lot of people that I believe have been chemically bombarded to a level to where they are so in the body that they are responding to physical stress. And when people are manipulated through mind control, they sometimes hurt people. And this is unfortunate. There is too much finger pointing going on right now. Okay? And there's more ways to love someone than romantically. We got to stop controlling each other. We have to stop blaming other people for our own problems or circumstances. This also exists in the political realm. Oh, it's the socialists' fault. It's the liberty folks' fault. It's the 9/11 truthers' fault. It's the neocons' fault. We're humans, ladies and gentlemen. And we are responsible for our behavior. You have opportunities now to create loving bubbles around you, but if you've got issues and you can't deal with them, then you haven't stepped up to the task. Sometimes I say things that are so powerful in nature, people don't know how to handle it. And thus they say I'm intense or I'm intimidating. I'm being myself. I'm not here to please you, but I do feel that I'm on the earth to help people. And there's a lot of stage wars and conflicts going on, but we have to face this stage-managed war of the sexes. Now, when you see how men are projected on television today, the dumbass, the fat fuck, the retard, the subservient, slave, the mind control victim that sits on TV watching all of these things. They showed on TV, monkey see, monkey do. People just emulate what they think is cool, or what is acceptable, or what is hip, slick. It's not hip or slick or cool to be another slave. And then you see the ways that women are targeted. Oh, you have to look very sexy and put on makeup in order to attract someone into your life. Well, what kind of person do you think you're going to attract into your life if it's all about the ooga booga, oh, she's hot? You're going to attract someone that wants to fuck the shit out of you. But that doesn't mean he's ever going to love you. That doesn't mean he's ever going to treat you like the queen that you are, the princess that you are. Parental abuse, all of that stuff, things the church has tried to program into you, let it go. Even this whole thing about Eve being on the same side as the devil. Think about the psychological impact that has had for generations, that woman is evil. No, woman is not evil. She brings life. And that's why the woman of the world, the earth woman, is under attack from these non-physical energies. They're controlling the new world order. I mean, we were built with a backdoor system, just like the Matrix, where our bodies can be manipulated and we can be turned against one another. Human sexuality is also a beautiful thing. But in this day and age, how many people are still able to have romantic love with one another as opposed to something just a little bit more aggressive? Well, I'm 32 years old. I'm not a virgin, and I'm well aware of unorthodox requests. And as liberating as it is to experiment with certain things, I'll tell you what, when all said is done, and the next day comes, there's an emptiness one feels unless they genuinely experience the act of true intimacy, love, respect, a unity of the energies, and a respect for the Creator. A respect for the true goddess. We need to elevate women. We need to elevate men. We have amazing abilities to heal each other. It doesn't mean it's your responsibility to run around healing other people. I'm not saying go learn to be a compulsive healer. Women can stop wars and heal men. Men can elevate women and protect women and not abuse women. But one must recognize that we're being manipulated to resent each other. Why? It takes a man to create a child. It takes a woman to create a child. And once that child comes out of the womb, it's the man and the woman's responsibility to love that child and to never pass on this illusion of separation of men versus women, women versus men. You see these books that are out there in these bookstores. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, self-help books on relationships, and few of them ever get to the root cause of the problem and deal with healing that which needs to be healed from not only what happened in this life, but that which we have gone through in previous lifetimes. Very important. There's also encoded programming in our body and sexuality. Women submissive, men dominant, nature, and child created. I'm not here to judge you or your sexuality. I'm here to say there is another way other than this cycle of control that people feel that they need to maintain in order to get what they want. But what is it that you want? Do you want a sex toy or do you want a real mate? How are you going to liberate yourself from the controllers of the world if you're controlling and manipulating others? And you're reading these books how to get what you want. I feel sometimes that I'm before my time. I don't know whether I'm from the past or I'm from the future, but it's difficult for me to associate with the world of today. And my focus is on what is physically possible. And I see a world of men and women that should not be at war with each other, that should be helping one another. And the future is going to bring us opportunities to work together. And for man and woman to be at one, even in non-romantic ways, completely platonic ways. Before the real crisis, today, the world that you're living in now, you have ways you can exercise your higher consciousness, your inner divine self, as you interact with others of the opposite sex. You've never, ever, ever seen me judge homosexuals, ever, on any video. But did you know some people become homosexuals because they have been traumatized by what the opposite sex has done to them? That they weren't actually born with a desire to be with the same sex? And that's not judging you. This is what people say. There are many women that have been raped by men that become lesbians. There are many men that have been abused and beaten by women that become homosexuals. I'm not here to judge you. And there are also other reasons why some people go that route. Some people are just born that way. I'm not here to say that's not okay. I'm here to say, let's heal the wounds. Let's heal the world. Let's heal ourselves. Let's heal others. But let us not become compulsive healers. We have to care for ourselves and love ourselves very deeply, intimately, before we can really, truly love someone else. And sometimes loving someone else can help us love ourselves because we see our power. We see our own love in action. We see our own creation. We see our own manifestation. We see our own ripple effect from the field that we have put out there. I say to those watching right now, do not participate in the stage-managed war between man and woman. I believe that it's an artificial construct and program that's coming from on high. And if you're really not a slave and you really want liberty, then you will be open to hearing this truth.